Hi everybody, it's me, Pinky. I'm back because I need to tell you about something that has been developing over on my channel that has me a little bit upset now because some innocent people are getting pulled into it, and so I feel like I need to address it, and I hope that as my story progresses you will understand why I felt the need to do that. I'm doing my nails while I'm talking to you. So I'm going to try to get through this story as quickly as possible because it's a little bit long and drawn out how it all. But I think it's important, especially the young ladies, that that you listen to what I have to say. Okay. Okay. A few weeks back, a couple of months back, a few months back, I befriended someone on YouTube, and how it ended up happening was that it's a man, and it was somebody who had just had one baby, had just the one reborn baby, and it wasn't a reborn, it was another type of factory-made baby that he loved very much, but he didn't have very much stuff for her. And you all know me, I love to give presents, and it didn't seem like he had very much, and he seemed a little lonely or whatever, and so I asked him for his address so that I could send him some gifts, okay? And I didn't get any reply, and then a few weeks later, I get a reply from him that says something like, it's very inappropriate for you to ask me for my address, and, you know, you should know better, and you can't trust people on YouTube, and I've been stalked, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and you shouldn't have asked me for my address in public. And I was like, I texted him, you know, I messaged back, and I said, well, yeah, I did ask you in the public forum as a comment, but I assumed that you would answer with your address in private. And the fact is, I only wanted to send you a present, but if you don't want my presents, that's fine. I won't send you any, okay? Immediately, I get a response back, oh, I'm very sorry, you know, I just have to be very careful, and bloody blah, blah, blah. I'm surprised you'd even want to be my friend, and you know, thank you very much for being my friend, and whatnot, okay? Over the next few days, he sent me a few private messages that were quite personal, actually, in nature, explaining to me how he'd been bullied, and some very personal things that I won't divulge. Even though I can't stand him, I still won't divulge his secrets. But just things that were very private and whatnot, and, you know, and I understood about the bullying and whatnot, and I was very sympathetic to his plight in that situation, because we've all been bullied at one time or another, and it's terrible. And some other stuff, okay? Alright, so time goes by, he gets a new baby, and somebody had sent him some gifts. I think the one thing that I remembered was a zebra passy someone had sent him that was so adorable. And so I left him another note. Hey, send me your address to your bat cave, your secret bat cave, so I can send you some goodies for your little girls. Now, in the meantime, he had asked me to be his new baby's auntie, because I said, oh, she's adorable, I'm glad you finally got one, and da-da-da-da. And he asked me to be his new baby's auntie. Now, to me, being a new baby's auntie, it's almost like being a reborn baby's godparent, you know. You want to send them gifts, or, you know, you're in a way, you know, you know how it works. You guys all know how it works. So he said something about not having very many passes and bottles, or I don't even remember, but I asked him for the address to send him, because I'm making the little bling passes, and I was going to send him some, okay? So he comments back to me, no thank you. Okay, now that's 2 times that the person has refused a gift from me. Okay, well, first of all, there's 2 reasons that rubs me the wrong way. First of all, it's rude to not accept a gift. Second of all, when you don't accept a gift, you take away the person's blessing that would have given you the gift, and that's why you should accept them, because when someone's trying to give you something in a very loving way, and you disregard it, or you blow it off, or you don't accept it, then you take away their mitzvah, their good deed. And in my culture, that is also a huge insult, to reject a gift. Okay, also he had left a couple of messages that I didn't appreciate on some of my other videos. One, saying that he couldn't pray for my daughter because he needed to know more in order to pray for her. Now, this is a person that professes to be of an angelic quality, and I would think that he should, of all the people, someone of an angelic quality should be able to recognize that God sees the need, and that you don't need to know all the details. You just need to know. You don't need to know anything. All you have to do is say, I'm praying for Pinky's daughter. Boom. God hears it and knows what you're talking about. Okay, so after he rejected my second gift, and after the rude comments that he left, and that stupid thing about not being able to pray unless he knew all the details, I sent him back and I said, look, clearly you have a problem with me. You have rejected 2 gifts from me. Not only rejected them, but rejected them openly on your page and embarrassed me, which is also another reason. And so, since you clearly have a problem with me, but you don't mind getting gifts from other people, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and unsub for me, and I'm going to do the same. And I did. And he sent back and said, well, I don't think you need to go to that degree. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. And I said, no, I think it is just best if we just unsub from each other. We've gotten off on the wrong foot. Clearly you think that my gesture is dishonest or whatever, and I just don't care to be friends with you. I've decided I don't want to. Okay? So I unsubbed. Yesterday morning, I wake up, and there's a message in my inbox where someone has replied to a comment on my Baby Lucy Has Some Problems video. And I realized as I go over there that it's him replying to a very young girl on my page, first of all. She is barely 18 years old. And she's a very young person. By what I mean young person, she's a very innocent person. She's not, she's not a very advanced 18-year-old girl. She's a very innocent, sweet young girl, okay? And she was talking to him about pretty ponies, and he was making a big deal about talking to her about these pretty ponies and stuff, okay? Now, this is a grown man, people. This is not a kid. This is not a teenage boy. This is a grown man. Okay, so that disturbed me a little bit. And then when I go to the page, she says something to the effect of, don't you think that Miss Pinky is amazing because she is a sweet little girl and she loves me and I love her? And he says, I did, but she doesn't think I'm amazing. She says, why not? He says, well, because I wouldn't give her my address. And yes, isn't that ridiculous to get such, and you can read all this, it's over on the video. Ridiculous to get such a negative response over not giving her my address. It's a good thing I didn't give it to her. You have to be safe here on YouTube. Now, he's saying this stuff about me on my own page, okay? So I reply there because I can't reply from my phone, so I respond. I can't reply, but I respond. And then I sent him a private message, and I said, you know what? I asked you weeks ago to unsub for me, ignore me, act like you don't know me. I said, now you're over here talking crap about me on my own page to this girl. And I said, I don't appreciate it. At which time he replies back to me about what a nasty, evil, mean person I am. And that I'm the one that made it mean and nasty and evil, and that he will respond to whoever he wants to respond to on my page if they comment to him first. And the fact of the matter is that he's an angel, and he would have helped me somewhere down the road, but because I'm such an evil, nasty person, he won't. And now he's blocked me, and he hopes that I'm happy. And the reason that he hadn't blocked me before was because he was waiting for me to come back and redeem myself, exact words, from the time that I asked him to unsub from me, okay? I replied back very quickly, good, I'm glad you blocked me because that's what I wanted you to do weeks ago. And I'm telling you again now, do not contact me, don't discuss anything with me, and don't talk about me to anybody. Because if you do, I'll be talking about you. That's the way it works. Okay, where am I at? 9 minutes and 57 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off, upload it. And we are to the point now where he has called me mean, nasty, and evil. Okay, and I will be back. I'll be back.